Hi, I'm Cherise Bopape, president of Bopape Enterprises Incorporated. Our goal is to help women shine in their workplaces and, more importantly, in their homes. In our effort to build up women for personal and professional greatness, we interview experts to give our audience the jump start they need to thrive. Today, I'm happy to have with me Dr. Saundra Dalton-Smith to discuss the importance of work-life balance for working mothers. Dr. Dalton has been a board-certified internal medicine physician who has been actively practicing medicine since 1999. She's been an adjunct faculty member at Baker College and Davenport University in Michigan, and she teaches courses on health, nutrition, and disease progression. Having been quoted in several periodicals, Dr. Dalton is also the author of Set Free to Live Free, Breaking Through the 7 Lies Women Tell Themselves, a devoted Christian and national and international media resource on the mind, body, and spirit connection. This wife and mother of 2 has lots to share. Let's get started. Hello, Saundra.
Hello.
It's nice to have you with us today. Let's jump right on in. What chronic health issues are prevalent among young mothers who struggle with work and life harmony?
Many women that come to me usually present with things that they really don't associate with their life balance issues and the stress related to trying to balance everything. A lot of them present with complaints of neck pains, back pains. They come in with headaches. A lot of times what they just know something's not right, that they're having situations go on that keep them from feeling revived when they wake up in the morning, feeling as if they're chronically fatigued and just not able to have the energy to enjoy their families as well as their careers. Oftentimes what I find is I'm diagnosing women between the ages of 25 to about 55 more often with things like insomnia, anxiety, depression-related symptoms. There seems to be a rise in hypertension in this area, as well as a rise in the number of women who are experiencing overweight issues and issues with what I call stress eating or comfort eating, which in itself carries a lot of complications, including diabetes and hypertension.
Looking back over my life, I was the poster child for work and life imbalance. You have just confirmed a lot of what I actually experienced. So what are some of the other telltale signs that indicate that a working mother may need to seek professional help?
Well, when a woman gets to the point where, she has tried a lot of things on her own and she has attempted to correct things herself, if she finds that even in her attempts, she feels that she is not making any headway, particularly in areas like insomnia or depression or anxiety. When I have a patient that comes in and tells me that they lay down at nighttime and they really just can't turn their brains off, their minds are just going and going, they're running through their checklist and their to-do list, that needs to be treated, because the reality is those 8 hours or 6 hours, however long you're able to sleep, that really is your time to revive yourself every 24-hour period. And if you're not finding any time where you're actually getting revived, you're just going to get more and more drained. So when it starts affecting your sleep quality, that definitely needs to be sought. Attention needs to be sought. Also, when women come in and state that they feel a lack of joy, they can't find happiness anymore. They no longer can smile at the things that used to make them happy. They're finding that they don't even want to get out of the bed in the morning. Life just loses its purpose. That's when depression is taken on a little bit of a different angle. Everybody gets down sometimes. Every down day doesn't need a pill. Mm-hmm. But when it gets to the point where you don't feel like you have purpose anymore, that actually needs to be looked at, because it's that downward spiral that people start on that sometimes if they let it go too long, it's just that much harder to get pulled back up.
Wow, and a lot of us, we don't actually go to see a professional unless it is an exaggerated case. You have a book out now that's called Set Free to Live Free, Breaking Through the 7 Lies Women Tell Themselves. Tell us about a couple of these lies.
Well, the 7 lies are based really on 7 key areas, and those key areas are perfection, envy, image, balance, control, emotions, and limits. And within those key areas, there's just a mindset that many women start getting drawn into. And it's a mindset that actually makes us feel that we have to strive to produce something. It makes life more of a constant battle rather than something you can actually enjoy. And what I found is that so many of these women women have started believing the lies so long that they've become their personal truth. It's actually what they now believe about themselves. And it changes their perceptions about life. It changes their desires. It starts limiting their ability to dream and their ability to want to experience really all life has to offer. There are two areas that I find specifically with mothers that tends to be an issue. The first one has to do with balance. As we've been discussing, I find that a lot of them tend to feel that they have to attack life as an all or none type activity. They either have to put all of themselves into their work, or they have to put all of themselves into their kids, or they feel like in some way that they're taking something away when they're at their other position. They don't feel that they can have both roles active and participating in their life at the same time without one of the areas losing out. And the reality to that is, life is kind of like a garden, like a field. When you look at a field, every part of the field doesn't have to be the same for there to be harmony. You just have to make sure that the parts of the field that you want to be nurtured most, that you spend the appropriate amount of time to fulfill the nurturing, the growth, and the progression in that area. And it doesn't have to be all or none. Really a balanced life requires addition and subtraction. It's a give and take, and making sure that each part that you want to see grow and be cultivated, that you spend the needed time in that area and not feel guilty when you're in the other areas as well. And then the other area, the other lie that I find most women have a lot of issues with is the lie about control, feeling that they have to be in control of everything and in control of every situation. When you try to assume control of your own life, that puts an unnecessary stress on you because none of us really have control. Control is in a higher hand. And when our limited hands try to control life, it actually just causes us to feel stressed and distressed because we can't keep control. We never had it. And so what I try to help women understand is that spontaneity is not a bad thing. Being able to be flexible and to go with the flow of life opens up the door for surprises, good and bad. And some good surprises can never get into your life. Some blessings that women are praying and asking for really can't get into their life unless they open up the door for some spontaneity. And then even the bad things that happen, being able to be flexible allows you to be able to come back quicker. It keeps you from breaking when those kind of things happen. It allows you to be able to overcome them and then to move forward.
It's very important to be spontaneous and to incorporate those types of things into our lives, and it just makes us more energized and fulfilled.
Spontaneity allows you to say, I don't have to have I don't have to keep the reins on my life to know that all things work together for good. I trust that I can live in the moment. I can be free and spontaneous, and trust that come what may, it will work out.
Great, and I like that. That is great encouragement for our moms today. Do you have any other strategies that working moms might implement?
What I teach my patients is a system, actually, of working through each lie, and I call it the prescription for living free. There are five stages of basically working through lies and things that come against our mind. It starts with stage one is illumination. It's actually looking at what lies may be active within your life. In the book, I actually go through questions that women can kind of see where they fit, which lies are active within their lives. The second stage is activation. It's actually getting a realization that you want to make a change. The third is transition. That's where you start making the needed steps to moving forward. And for most women, that actually is where you start planning. If the issue has to do with a lack of me time, start planning some of those things that you need to do to open up that 30 minutes to have to yourself. The fourth part is called expulsion. That's when you replace the lie with truth. And for me, what I use are positive affirmations, scriptures, things that women can use to replace those lies and to hold on to and to focus on when they start feeling those lies and those negative thoughts start coming back into their situation. And then the fifth thing is detachment. That's when you actually break free from the lies. So those are the 5 steps that I walk my patients through who are trying to come out of lies that are controlling or limiting their thoughts and their lives.
I really like what you've come up here with these 5 steps, and they're seemingly not too difficult to implement. I guess it's a process that we have to go through, and I think this would be a wonderful book to offer to our listeners. Where might they purchase a copy?
The book is really available in all retail bookstores. They can visit me at www.setfreetolivefreebook.com. And on the page, it has a sample free first chapter. The entire first chapter, actually, is available for download, as well as it lists also the information about my online Bible studies that I run, which include webinars and just personal interaction with me on the webinars and on Facebook on the Set Free to Live Free Facebook page.
What future projects can we expect from you?
Well, I really don't have any specific book plans at this time. Really, the first book was somewhat of a surprise in itself. It stemmed out of just my relationship with my patients and my sharing with them and wanting to have something concrete to put in their hands. I do have ideas of a future book, as well as I hope to continue to have more time to actually speak. I still have an active internal medicine practice, so I'm a little selective about where I go to speak and things of that nature, not specifically because of the event, but really just because of the time factor and making sure that it fits into my schedule.
Right, and we just talked about that me time and that self-care. You're practicing what you teach. So that's
absolutely right.
So is there anything else you'd like to share with our listeners to encourage healthy integration of their careers and their personal lives?
Well, I'd just like to encourage moms and women to know that they're valuable. You know, it's not a waste of time to take me time. You really can only put back into the lives of your families and in the lives of those you come in contact with what you have yourself. And if you pour out everything that you have every day to the people you love, eventually you get to a place where you are empty. And the goal of life is to stay full, you know, to keep within an area of abundance within yourself so that you have something that you can share with others and that you can continue to be a blessing in their lives and enjoy your life as well.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dalton. It's so wonderful to hear about this great book that you offer. Thank you for your time and sharing with our listeners.
Great. Thank you.